So I'm very interested to see where we end up if it's something like
Gio
Kalos
versus
or
Shoe.
Town and City.
Let's see
Looks
who,
like PS2
who will win
is the
and
order
go
of
to the
day.
grand finals.
It sort of changes things up a little bit, but I'm sure neither of these players are complaining. This stage is beloved by so many.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, how many times do you see people just elect to just strike here and just start this in tournament play? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a stage that nobody's really going to have any complaints about. So here we are. Anyway, as we predicted, yes, we're going to see the ZSS against the Nest, obviously. Let's see what Shoe can do, just coming off of a very impressive win over Nub. I'm sure he would be itching to get an opportunity at Robin. If you guys just tune in, Robin being piloted by Whiskey, who's sitting in grand finals right now. So there's definitely some unconventional things that have been taking place today, but certainly entertaining and impressive nonetheless. One of these guys looking to have a date with destiny. Right now, Shoe starting things off, opening the door, and maybe opening up this first match for himself.
Huge boost kick there, and there it is again, the neutral air into up smash, that bread and butter that we've seen from Shoe over and over again. Get an air dodge back to the stage. Shoe just trying to cut through these stocks on Gio, who, again, I think really is struggling to find any sort of footing. I think Zersu is just so good at forcing Ness to do something and then backing up and then punishing him for it. There's a back air, has him off stage. Oh, might have been able to absorb the thunder. It's not going to happen. But Gio with another SD, just like in the first set that we saw from him.
Yeah, again, another pretty much unforced error there from Gio, and I'm not sure what's really behind that, if it's just nerves or just like overthinking to an extent. But you know, for Shoe, I mean, he's going to take full advantage of that, and he's not going to allow this kind of lead to kind of get away from him. I mean, we are potentially, Coney, even in losers finals, on the verge of seeing maybe a 3-stock. I mean, the way things are going and the commitment that Shoe is willing to go for, he's ready to just unload with that third forward air. Did not happen. The back throw finally going to get Gio a stock, but is it too little too late is the question a lot of us are asking.
I think so. I mean, like, that back throw, it looked like Shoe DI'd left. He was just like, let's get this over with. I want this to end. It looked like he was just so confident there. Gio needs something big. I mean, this is the same thing that we saw with Nub in the last match, where Shoe is just up so much in terms of just life. There's the boost kick. That should do it. Yeah, and Shoe, 35% 2-stock. Let's not forget, Gio did SD, but even still, Shoe
I believe Shoe is going to go to the grand finals to take out Whiskey.
You could argue the SD saved him some embarrassment. I'm just, I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. The way that thing was going, Shoe was not playing around, bro. Because I mean, good Lord, he came with the fire right out the gate, and he did not look back. So Gio gonna have to kind of recompose himself and kind of think, best of 3, potentially my last game. How do I want to go out here? Okay, how do I want to let the dice roll? Okay, so there's a lot for Gio to take in right now. Shoe is just like playing like another day at the office, eager to get that rematch clearly against Whiskey.
I think Shoe's momentum from the last game against Nub really carried over. He's playing exceptionally hot. And like I said before, if you're waiting for an opponent, if you're sort of sitting at a point in the bracket, sometimes you get a little cold. Sometimes you're not quite prepared for the rush down, for the onslaught that you're about to face. And I feel like Gio was sort of in that boat there. We'll see if he can compose himself for the second game, as we are now.
So Gio changes to Marth.
Interesting.
No way.
What do you think? Is this I think I can win, or is this like a... We'll see what happens.
I think I could be wrong here, but we're casting for a reason, so hear me out. I think that Ness just really struggled against Zersu. Like we saw before, Shoe just was able to deftly weave through Ness's attacks and punish him for trying to do anything. And I feel like having that range disadvantage as Ness was just really tough. And now he's opting for Marth, who can sort of put the hitboxes out preemptively. He can swing the sword. He can use the disjoints and try to stop Shoe from jumping in rather than letting Shoe jump in and then jump out, That'd be my guess.
No. I mean, that's perfectly reasonable, especially you pretty much highlighted all the reasons why he's probably Ness is not the call for this.
Keep it up,
so I got to go to something else. And looks like his go-to being Marv, kind of seldomly seen, but I mean that's look who we have in grand finals. We got a Rob in grand finals, so I can't hear about seldomly seen characters. So never quite know what could happen. Gio struggling a little bit. Shoe with the advantage, obviously up a stock 93%, and still just kind of weaving and bobbing. And even these approaches from Gio almost getting stuffed to an extent. You see a nair there, but just gets right back to the ground and just continues to assert himself and
keep tossing him into the air.
So much damage is Shoe, man. That is where it is. It's just all about the damage for Shoe when he gets these leads and these extensions he's able to put on.
Yeah, I think this might just be a mismatch. I don't know if Gio was ready for this. Shoe committing all the way with that forward air. He knows it's not going to get the stock, but it's going to do a little bit more damage. If Gio was off on the DI, he might have been able to get something even more, but Gio just seems ill-prepared for a Zero Suit of this caliber. Shoe doing everything correctly. Just a flip kick from ledge for no reason. Just so bold, and Gio maybe needs to spend a little bit more time in the air. Keeps getting grounded there from it. Gets hit by the boost kick.
Yeah, I mean,
gets the payback.
I think underprepared is definitely the word of choice here. I mean, obviously, Shoe is just playing like absolutely out of his mind, almost lights out to a sense. So if you're Whiskey, you're kind of thinking to yourself, okay, I know this guy, he's able to kind of keep pacing, well, especially with ZSS with my Robin, so it's not going to be an easy bout coming up in grand finals. And right now, you can almost just consider this a hand warmer the way it's been going. My man Gio have definitely had some incredible feats throughout this bracket, but kind of running into a brick wall in the form of Shoe maybe getting some offense going there. We see it down there into forward smash, but just really not adding up to enough where I'm seeing any kind of tremendous difference being made at the moment.
Yeah, I think it might be day late, dollar short on this one. Gio able to land those strings, but I mean, like, even if you were Lucina, you might have been able to get a little bit more off of that, right? With the forward smash, but Marth, you got to be so precise. Yeah, it's just so difficult to get this train rolling on Zero Suit, and to space her out, honestly, for the same reason that we saw in the Nest match. She's just so tricky, so evasive, and finally that flip kick tries to go for the shield breaker, expecting Shoe to be sitting there at the ledge with the shield up. Does not happen. Gio will plummet into Town and City, and Shoe will move on to grand finals.
All right, I'm going to end this video and see you in the grand finals.
There against